Tim.
Hey, James.
I felt a little bad for not having you in the last drawing collab, so I invited you to do this one with me.
Aw, that's very nice of you. Thanks for having me.
You didn't have a choice. So, Tim, what are we doing?
I think that we should play that true ending game that you played with Jazza a little while ago.
That sounds great, Tim. How do you play?
Well, it's your game, James, so I think you should describe it.
I came up with an ending to a story, and Tim came up with a beginning. So he's going to start the story with the beginning, and then I'm going to try and push the story along to my predetermined ending. And Tim doesn't know the ending, and so he's just going to have to deal with it and try and guess the ending at the end. Are you ready?
I am. All of the things that I've doodled are garbage, so I hope you're doodling better than me. Don't show any of those for real.
You say the beginning, and then take out your headphones, plug your ears, and then I'll say the ending.
So the way I'm going to start this story, there's a guy who is selling ice cream on the side of the road.
You can't hear me. Okay. The way I'm ending the story is, and on that night, Henry the giant squid learned the true meaning of Christmas. This picture right here is going to be important later on. Tim, you can come back now. Tim?
Oh boy, James, that was such a good ending that I didn't hear.
Now everyone's going to know it except you, so just a bit of dramatic irony.
So the reason I want to start the story this way is because, little known fact, I hide an ice cream cone in every one of my animations that I do on my channel. And some of them are pretty well hidden. And my friends who I've told this, I'll upload a video, and then I'll get a text that's like, I can't find the ice cream cone.
You know what I do in my videos? Ever since Subway Part 3, I've put other YouTubers and comic creators in the background of my videos.
Oh, he's selling ice cream by the side of the road because his ice cream stall got 2 flat tires, as you can see, and he needs to save up enough money to replace them. Maybe we could just get rid of that entirely. Yeah, it's not that it broke down, it's that it never had wheels to begin with.
An unnamed person selling ice cream, which is pretty cool because he actually is selling ice cream at the bottom of the ocean.
Remember how a couple days ago we blocked each other on Twitter? I think you started it.
So I made a tweet, and then you were like, you're bad at Twitter. And then I was like, oh yeah? Blocked.
So I tweeted out for everybody to tell you to unblock me. And then when you did, I blocked you right back. But the thing is, us tweeting about blocking each other got a lot of people worried that we were actually fighting. While we were blocking each other on Twitter, I was building a sound studio at your place.
We were like in the same house, just right next to each other. So there's this giant squid who, I don't know, I'll just throw out a random name, Henry, right? I don't know, just the first name that came to my head, Henry. He hates everyone. And then he goes, give me that ice cream. And this guy's like, well, I can't breathe underwater, so okay. He gives him the ice cream.
And his hand.
He basically stole ice cream from someone. He didn't even pay for it.
Wow. Where could this be going? But he dies.
Oh no.
Because he was like, wait a minute, I can't breathe underwater. What am I doing selling ice cream down here? Henry feels really bad. He wants to do something.
Now I can only see that squid as like one of our characters.
He decides that he's going to give the ice cream cone to an orphan. So he takes the ice cream cone over to an underwater orphanage.
I think the underwater is really scary.
Why?
The depths of the ocean, because like it's. Do you know how deep it is?
I mean, the ocean is pretty deep, but I don't know if it's scary.
Did you see all like the scary fish and like with big teeth and that like live at the bottom of the ocean?
I guess, but I'm also much larger than they are. They don't scare me.
They made a whole movie about why the bottom of the ocean is scary.
What they did?
Yeah, Pacific Rim. Maybe the orphanage is like all run down and that's why it's all uneven and everything. I'm sorry. Am I allowed to talk about the new Fine Brothers video that is going to be made tomorrow if this video comes out on time?
I think so.
I met the Fine Brothers at VidCon, and it was a little awkward because for April Fool's this year, I did a Fine Brothers rant, but the whole video wasn't actually a rant about the Fine Brothers. It was more just making fun of all the people who made rants back in 2016. Everyone was making a Fine Bros rant, but I met them at VidCon, and I was like, hey, did you guys see any video of mine that may or may not involve you? And they were like, oh yeah, we know who you are.
Henry the octopus here.
The giant squid.
Henry the giant squid here stole an ice cream cone from a dying man. He thinks that the right thing to do is to take the ice cream that he stole to someone who really needs it, which is an orphan.
Well, before I continue, just want to...
I mean, I could have held shift too, James, but you know
I was not holding shift. I was freehanding that, son.
No, you weren't.
Look at the recording. I'm just that skilled, son. I'm like changing the head shape of Henry because it looked too much like a familiar face of mine. He's looking into the window. He sees something in the window.
Oh no. What could it be?
Does this shape make you think of anything? Perhaps?
It looks like Christmas.
Hey, no, let me read you. And boom.
Ooh, son.
Technology.
Revolutionary.
That trick, I do the exact same thing for drawing hearts, because if I'm like trying to draw a heart freehand, that wasn't bad.
Every time I try this, I screw up, and then you nailed it.
For drawing like the perfect heart, I always do that. This Christmas tree looks fantastic. I hate you. I mean, what is this? I didn't say anything.
It looks like you've drawn a Christmas tree there, James.
What? Tim, did I ever introduce you? Did I ever say, hey, this is my friend Tim. He has a YouTube channel.
I don't think that you did, but I'm not like super mad at you or...
Well, you blocked me on Twitter, so orphans always wear hats. Can you imagine being the only kid in an underwater orphanage? Not even the orphanages wanted you, except for an underwater orphanage. Have you ever seen the movie Stuart Little?
Yes.
He was like an orphaned kid too, but he was a mouse, and he got adopted, right? Am I remembering that right?
Who would adopt a mouse?
Speaking of having rodents as children, I was thinking about getting a pet rat. Actually, 2 pet rats. I've already thought of the names for my rats, if I ever get them. Okay, the first one would be Pie-Rat and Karate. I forgot where I was going with this. He sees a Christmas tree, right? And now, to Henry the giant squid, I know what I need to do. He's thinking this, because squids can't talk.
But they think in English.
Yep.
Okay, so what is it that he needs to do?
Pass it off to you, Tim. This whole story is getting me in the Christmas spirit, Tim.
But Christmas is months away, James. Is that your favorite holiday?
Yeah. Actually, no, I take it back. My birthday's my favorite holiday. It's also my twin sister's birthday and Pyrocynical's birthday. We have the same birthday.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
You have the same birthday as your twin sister? Okay, so Henry takes this ice cream cone to atone for murdering someone. Or, I mean, like, just feeling bad that someone died. We don't know that he murdered him.
Well, imagine if you were walking down the street and you see an old man selling ice cream, and then you just take it from him, and you go, ha-ha, and then he just flops over dead. I feel like you'd feel a little responsible, wouldn't you?
So Henry is a murderous squid.
Oh, boy.
At least he feels bad about it. He knows what he needs to do. Is this not accurate?
Well, I mean, it's a squid next to an underwater orphanage, so I don't think it's accurate at all.
Whoever invented layers is a genius.
Shrek invented layers, actually.
You know, at one point I memorized the entirety of the movie Shrek.
That's kind of weird.
Henry the giant squid here
He's actually an octopus?
goes up to the orphanage with the ice cream cone. He thinks to himself, I see only one human in there, and humans like ice cream. And the way he does that is by crashing into the window. He's like, bam.
Remember when you said the ocean isn't scary? Imagine you in your underwater orphanage just enjoying Christmas, and then all of a sudden a squid punches a window.
Oh wait, did I do that all in the same layer? Oh no!
Whoever invented layers is a genius.
Did you ever hear that fact that giant squid's eyeballs are like the size of dinner plates? So like, what if you were eating dinner off of a giant squid's eyeball?
This is the second drawing video that I've drawn tentacles for some reason.
I mean, I wouldn't say that proudly.
I'm worried about what kind of subconscious stuff might be bubbling to the surface.
I got this. I totally got this. So you remember that orphan? He also has a hat. Whenever I give my characters clothes, even if it's like homeless people clothes, it's still more clothes than the average character wears. Here's, an orphan, his fish orphan buddy, no hat. All of a sudden, he looks over and he's like, what? And then, outside the window, he sees, oh my goodness, what is that? The squid also has an ice cream cone. That's really scary. What's that in the background? Then the kid realizes. The little orphan kid with the hat looks out the window and then he says, Dad? What? The other squid, he just makes his head do a complete 360, right?
180.
You're right, 180. Oh shoot! And then here's the real kick in the pants. The window breaks. I don't know if I should end it this way. Pretend this is just... Oh, wait, no. This is all the water that's rushing in.
And all that's left is his hat.
So now the squid...
Where did you take the story, James?
So now the squid is just like, I don't think making the first guy, the dad, I don't think that was important to the story. He sees, the broken building that he just created.
Wow, James, did you draw that?
Yeah, I did actually.
I especially like the watermark.
Yep, and also there's the dead guy from the beginning. So the orphanage is basically flooded. I'm not going to draw everything that happened, but then out of the rubble, something floats up. A sign. A Christmas tree is floating up. Henry sees it. He looks at us, and he goes, wait, it's Christmas. That means treating yourself, buying things for you. And so Henry decides to eat the ice cream for himself. Dot, 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 dot. The end. What's this last part, Tim?
And that's why giant squids are the worst kind of people.
The ending has Christmas in it.
And that's how Henry, the giant squid, learned the true meaning of Christmas.
Yes! That was I think, word for word.
The true meaning of Christmas being, of course, treat yourself.
That was very good. I think so. And we only had to kill off a couple of orphans to do it.
I find that when I'm struggling to learn the true meaning of Christmas, the best way for me to do that is to kill orphans as well.
Thanks for joining with me, Tim. Everyone, go check out Tim's channel or not, if it's up to you.
Yeah, my most recent video as of right now is a similar drawing collab that I did with Jaden Animations, where we made monsters together.
I think we made a monster too, and his name is Henry. Thanks for watching, and wear your seatbelt.